the idea of over leveraging, you don't realize the effects of doing that to yourself when you don't know how to trade. You make yourself afraid to take a trade then. You might be amazing in a demo. You might be amazing in paper trades. Why? Because you're managing risk. Oh, what did you just say? Exactly what I just said. That's what you've never understood. People that do exceptionally well in paper trading and demo and fail in live trading, you know what the problem is? You're risking too much. But ICT, I'm trying to do 3 contracts because they said I could do 15, so I think 3's fair. Wrong. No, you should be trading a micro. But I can't get rich. We're not about getting rich. We're about being consistent and making bread. Making ends meet. You can get rich later on. Right now, you got to get money. They ain't going to come in wheelbarrows in the beginning. Small knots here and there. So, when you're trading with demo and paper, the reason why you're doing so well is because you're managing risk. You're not able to assume a loss that would hurt you, which is the right way of using a demo. But you should not be doing 100 contracts to show you can show a $25,000 or a $50,000 win. That's nonsense. You're not going to trade that way. You don't have that money. Even with a funded account, you're not going to trade that many contracts. So, what should you do? Trade with the smallest size, even in demo. 1 micro. Condition yourself to trade like that. But you don't want to do that because it doesn't feel like it's fun. It doesn't give you that video game feeling. And this is not a video game. You're conditioning yourself to expect something in terms of a video game. And then when you get there and you start trading with real money, it doesn't feel like a video game then, does it? It feels like it's life or death. You can't breathe. Your heart's beating heavy. You feel dizzy. Sounds like a video game to you? No. That sounds like you're in an emergency. You're in a fight for your very life that you put yourself into. You put yourself in that situation. You can take yourself out at any time, but you're doing it. So by trading with the smallest leverage you can trade with, the micro, only after you've done trading, paper trading and demo trading for 6 months. There's no way you won't be successful then. But you're not going to be successful then. But what if you're not going to be successful if you don't at least consider doing it without real money consistently for 6 months? Why 6 months, ICT? Well, because you can get lucky for 3. You can develop bad habits in the first 3 that will materialize in the next 3. And it'll prove to you you're not ready. And you have to listen to yourself when you see the evidence that you're not ready. How do you know you're not ready, Michael? When you are antsy and excited about taking a next trade and you just can't do anything else but that. You know, you're all hopped up on goofballs. You're in here playing around your demo account, your paper trading account, and you want to see these numbers flashing, and you can't spend it. You're not ready for real money. I promise you're not ready for real money. You're not even ready to try to get a challenge passed with a funded account. You're not ready. You need to be bored. Yeah, it's going to do this. I expect it's going to do that. Boom, boom, there it is. Done. And you're able to do that consistently, 70% of the time. Consistently able to do that in paper and in demo. Then it's a time to start considering maybe, and you'll have to decide that if it's right for you or not to try to go for a funded account or trade with live funds. That's a decision all of my students make on their own. I never tell them, now you're ready. You're not ready. There you go. But that's why paper trading and demo trading is so good in your hands, because you're trading with risk managed impeccably. You can't lose. So therefore, you're doing what? You're dialing in on the analysis. And that's the problem when you start trading with real money. You start worrying about what happens if they ask me what my trading results are today. What happens if the broker is watching me? What happens if I blow my account? What happens if I blow my funded account? What happens if I fail my challenge? What happens if my dad sees that I had to pay for another account? Hello. Yes. All of these things are within your control. But you paint these scenarios like it's something outside of yourself that's putting it on you. You're rushing the process. You need not rush it. And I promise, if you treat this like a business, believe me, businesses they don't run like a Chuck E. Cheese, okay? They run a establishment for kids to go in there and be a kid, but you don't want to run your trading business like a Chuck E. Cheese, okay? Where every trade has a chance to be a kid. No, you don't want that. If you let your child run out there in the yard with no parameter, like no fence, and you're near a street, are you going to feel safe about your child being out there? Where's your stop loss? The fence. Okay? And if you're smart, within arm's reach and a fence with a lock that doesn't open except for you being able to open it. That's you controlling risk. But most of you only go out there trading and trying to do these funded accounts, trying to pass it in 3 days, 5 days. You can do a minimum of 5 days and you gotta have to pass it. And you think that's what you have to do. Who said that? That's why these companies are getting rich off of you. Because they know that the parameters they placed on that funded account challenge is so above the average new trader that they're going to constantly get those restarting fees. And that's what they're banking on. Slow down. Slow down. Learn how to do this, and you'll walk through it with no problem. If you rush, I promise you, you will regret it. You won't be where you want to be. You'll spend more time and money doing something that wasn't fruitful versus just listen to the old man tell you this is the way it's supposed to be. Boring. Condition yourself for months where you can do this without being enticed to trade with bigger leverage, more contracts, more trades. This is the way you do it. Professionally minded traders that are consistently profitable, they're not gambling. They're looking for something that is measurable statistically and historically. They can see it repeats a lot. And that's their model. Are you doing that right now? Or are you in Chuck E. Cheese trying to take another ride? As long as you got tokens in your pocket, you got money in your account, you haven't hit your max loss yet for today, you got tokens to play. Well, you won't be around long. And all I'm trying to do is give yourself the chance that you're not willing to give yourself right now. And the logic that you have to hang on to get to that point. And once you get here, and once you know what it is you're supposed to be doing and what not to do, it's like riding a bike. You don't forget. And it's a skill set for life.